we seriously have a comedic winner today. If you haven't heard the news, the famous bike rider, Joe Biden, has a horrible week of health along with some miracles. First, he claimed that he had cancer, only to be miraculously cured, and then he contracted COVID. The 79-year-old doddering fool, after claiming he had cancer just a few days ago in his speech about climate control, has declared yesterday that he has been tested positive for COVID. The guy is a walking enigma. Not only did he never have cancer, but he was fully vaccinated and double boosted, so how could he possibly have contracted COVID? After all, he's the President of the United States, and last year he spoke clear political science in a very credible CNN town hall meeting last year, right? He spoke about the effectiveness of COVID-19, and I quote him directly, "You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations." So either he's a liar, or he didn't get the vaccines, or millions of conspiracy theories are correct when they say, of course, that this vaccine does nothing to stop COVID. But wait, we learned from the movie Don't Look Up. If you haven't seen it, all you have to do is repeat the mantra given to you by the government and everything looks better. In the movie, if you've seen it, the citizens were told by the politicians, don't look up. And again, if you saw the movie, the politicians were referring to the meteor that was about to destroy the planet Earth. It was clearly visible, but the government told the people to ignore it and to try to say that way it wasn't real. So what's the real mantra today? Hey, here's the mantra. I'm so glad I'm fully vaccinated and double boosted because my symptoms are now mild. Ha! What a crock of Biden poopy pants. Oh, I better tread lightly here or YouTube will obviously shut me down, for speaking the truth. So I can't say what the obvious effect of the stuff in that vial that they inject of you really does. But hey, if the President of the United States is suffering from a mild cold, this stuff has to be good. Here are his symptoms: a dry cough, a runny nose, and fatigue. Do you remember when that was called the common cold? Before the common cold was exploited for, the thing that happens the first week of November, and clearly in a fraudulent way due to the thing that in November was enacted by the fraudulent government officials. The thing that is happening in November again as the wave of red overtakes this country. By the way, was that explanation, did that make sense to you? Because I don't want to be thrown off YouTube by saying the things that are obvious and what really happened. Anyway, the president's cold is being treated with Pfizer's Paxlovid, which is an antiviral pill that supposedly reduces the risk of hospitalization for people who get the common cold. Who test positive for COVID. By the way, I checked Pfizer's stock. I expected it to move up. It didn't move at all. I thought maybe this article would make it move it up. But no, it didn't. So the geriatric patient will continue nursing his cold with the help of the best doctors and also Dr. Fauci. Hopefully, for his sake, Jill will keep Dr. Fauci away from him. Of course, there's one more thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid the Democrats may Clintonize Biden with his diagnosis in order to sacrifice him to get more mail-in voting come November. I mean, come on, if the 79-year-old doddering fool of a president died, that would clearly start the scamdemic all over again. Now, before your mind goes to what I think it is thinking, the most important thing you need to remember that Harris will become president and Pelosi will become vice president. Did you ever watch House of Cards where the Speaker of the House, Frank Underwood, became president of the country without anyone ever voting for him? Well, watch out, folks. The House of Cards real-life drama is happening if this gets serious. We need to make sure that President Dementia Patient stays in office throughout his term. In fact, we need him to run again. Yes, we need him to run again. The election will be like taking candy from a baby if he does. Oh, hey, Biden, when you made the video announcing that you had COVID, why weren't you wearing a mask to the reporters? Oh, I know why, but I can't say it because YouTube will shut me down again.